So this is a video for neopronoun users to duet. Or, if you're considering neopronouns for yourself, maybe even try a blind react. However, safety first, before you do either of those things, make sure you're in a mental state where if you do get misgendered, you will be okay. All right, are you ready? Let's get started. Do you see this person next to me? E is my friend. C has had to put up with a lot to get to where Per is today. I just want to let Glint know that thon is valid, that verb pronouns are valid, and that Sarah identity is valid. I wish Void all the best, and look forward to maybe even seeing some of their lovely content someday. Please, treat them with respect, and I'm sure A will respect you too. So how did that feel? Are there any neopronouns that stuck out to you that you might want to use for yourself?
What did you say? What the f*** did you just say?
I just want to let Glint know that thon is valid, that verb pronouns are valid, and that Sarah identity is valid.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
So there was a lot going on in that first clip we just saw, but I think the one thing that stood out to me the most was when that young lady said, make sure you're in a mental state where if you get misgendered, you'll be okay. Well, of course you'll be okay. And the fact that she even has to say that just goes to show you how fragile and weak-minded these people are. And it's sad, really. Anyway, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So I have a very crazy Clown World update for you guys today. We got a lot to talk about, and as usual, we have very little time to waste. So let's get into it. Now, if you place your attention on the screen for a moment. So this husky individual is Danny, spelled D-A-N-I, Danny. Now, Danny is a biological... You know what? This is all getting so repetitive. You guys know the deal. Biological man, trans woman, lesbian, ladies' restroom, blah, blah, blah.
I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book!
All right, since former Vice President Joe Biden did the State of the Union address last night, let's do some politicking. Now, this balding, blue-haired Woody Harrelson doppelganger has a question for Trump supporters. Roll it.
To all the Trump supporters and Christian nationalists, I have a question. Trump overturned Roe versus Wade. Trump wants to deport all non-citizens. Trump wants to be a dictator. Trump said he wants to terminate the Constitution. Right now, we have a Constitution that protects our free speech and our right to have firearms. My question is, if Trump terminates the Constitution, then what protects our rights to offer free speech and to carry firearms? That's the question for today.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question.
Now tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that didn't look exactly like an older version of Woody Harrelson gone full shitlib. And if you think that person bought the propaganda hook, line, and sinker, check this one out. The caption says, Biden will destroy Trump. Trump has dementia. Roll it.
Joe Biden is going to defeat Donald Trump, and it's not even going to be close. Donald Trump wrapped up the nomination effectively last night in Super Tuesday, but Donald Trump has a number of problems that are going to get even worse over the next election cycle. Donald Trump is in steep cognitive decline. He may have dementia or syphilis or a combination of both, but we've seen a lot of verbal slip-ups from him, and these are not just getting names wrong. He can't keep, people straight. He thinks he's running against Obama. You've seen him spaz out on the stage like he did in Greensboro, where his sentences just trail off and he can't form words. He clearly has dementia. They're trying to keep him managed as closely as they can, but he's going to have to debate Joe Biden. So he doesn't have much of a chance. Trump doesn't have a chance when it comes to having to go out there and show that he can put sentences together. He can't. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He wanders. He is just lost. He's in all kinds of problems. Maybe it's the stress of knowing that he doesn't have any money, that he owes hundreds of millions of dollars, and that he is basically bankrupt, and that he's going to have to start paying these things off soon. It's not clear. He's going to have to go on trial, a criminal trial, where he could face prison time. Comes up in a few weeks. The evidence is very much against him.
What the hell did you just say?
He clearly has dementia. They're trying to keep him managed as closely as they can, but he's going to have to debate Joe Biden. So he doesn't have much of a chance. Trump doesn't.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
That guy literally just said the exact opposite of what's really happening. Do you honestly think he believes any of that nonsense that he's spewing? Welcome to Clown World. Anyway, real quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're enjoying the videos, you like the content, you want to help support the channel, grabbing one of these t-shirts is a great way to do it, and here it is. The Stop Elder Abuse Joe Biden t-shirt. Now it's time to put Joe Biden where he belongs. Which is in a rocking chair with a blanket on his lap, drinking a warm cup of milk, watching reruns of the Golden Girls. Not in the White House with access to the nuclear codes. So if you want to grab your own Stop Elder Abuse t-shirt, I will put a link in the description box below. I also have some other very cool designs you can check out as well.
Nice, very nice.
All right, next up we have this fella who is a biological man that identifies as a trans woman and is upset that his 8-year-old daughter won't call him mom on Mother's Day. This just shows you how selfish and self-centered and narcissistic these people are. Unbelievable. Roll it.
They gave all the moms carnations and letters saying Happy Mother's Day, and I was happy to be a recipient of one of those. I took it home and showed my daughter, and who is 8, and she said, "But you're not a mom." I said, "Well, yes, I am." And she said, "No, you're not." And the reason she said that is because my wife doesn't allow her to call me mom. I'm known as parent. So not dad, not mom, just parent, which seems kind of, makes me sad. I wish she would call me mom, but she doesn't. So I said to her, well, I'm a mom, whether you acknowledge that or not. I am still a mom. And to all of those who are going through a similar situation, I see you. You are valid. If you are trans female and have kids, you're a mom. You're no less a mom than anyone else. Okay, so insist upon your identity. If you are a mom, you are valid. That is who you are. And I hope things change for me. But right now, that's just where my family is at.
Man, you are one twisted
Can you believe he's doing that to his 8-year-old child? I mean, that should be dad. That's dad. Do whatever you want in your private life when you're away from your kid, but when you're with your kid, you're dad. Period. Anyway, next up, so this slightly rotund individual is going to try to convince us that sometimes he gets mistaken for a woman. Roll it.
I know passing is a complicated topic, but as a non-binary trans feminine person who is not really trying to be perceived as a woman, I can always tell the days that I passed based on how many men hold doors open for me. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't pass most of the time. I'm not trying to. So most of the time I will have a door held open for me like every 2 or 3 weeks. Right. But the nights that I'm passing, it's like I will have every other door held open for me. I have even had men go as far as to refuse to follow me through a door. There was one man literally this week who held a door open for me as I walked into a restaurant. I got to the second round of doors, opened that one for him, wouldn't do it. Literally just stood there for 30 seconds and said, "No, you first." Make it make sense.
Boy, are you fat.
All right, next up we have another clip of this non-binary singer named Dorian Electra. Now, some of you may recall just a few videos back where I showed a clip of Dorian Electra putting cat litter boxes in all the bathrooms at her concert venues for species-neutral people who identified as cats. Well, she's adding to it. Roll it.
So after a lot of feedback on my species-neutral restroom that I include in my concerts, I realized that having a litter box just wasn't enough. I needed to include something for canine identifying individuals, and that's why now I'm providing a fire hydrant and puppy pad at all of my concerts.
If we let this stuff go too far, pretty soon we'll be fucking dogs.
All right, next up we have a great love story. Now, who doesn't enjoy a great love story? So this millennial couple is going to share with us how they met. Now, there is something just a tad bit off with these two, but I can't quite put my finger on exactly what it is. Roll it.
Yellow. So today I have my hubby here, and we're going to talk about how we met. Hello, Snookums. I love him so much. Get closer. Okay. First, we need a sippy sippy. I forgot. Would you like one? So we met in a...
Tree.
No.
Coffee shop.
Thank you. We met in a coffee shop. I was the barista. He was le customer. And of course, my barista name was Senorita Awesome. What did he say to you?
What would you like today?
So of course, he says, I want a coffee.
And what kind of coffee did you get, baby?
A hot one.
A hot one! Just like him and me. So I says to him, how hot would you like it? This
hot,
is the good...
hot enough.
Hot enough. And then after looking in his bluish eyes for about 40 seconds, I couldn't take it anymore, and I just went, And what did you do?
Nothing.
And that's how we started dating. That's also how I got fired from that coffee shop, but that's a different story. Put your arm around me. Just pretend. I'm telling you, coffee shops, man. Me and this guy. Can somebody give me an awooga?
You guys look like... What do they look like, Jimmy?
Dorks. They look like a couple of dorks.
Hey, real quick, before we go any further, I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to let this International Women's Day photo shoot loop on the screen for your viewing pleasure, of course. Anyway, today's video is being brought to us by the Etsy store Red Clover Fields. Now, many of you know that is my wife's Etsy store, and she's got some fantastic stuff on her website. Stuff I use every day. I take a spoonful of that elderberry syrup every day to strengthen my immune system. I put the calendula balm on my hands every day to keep them from getting dry and cracked up here in the cold New England winters. So if you're looking to boost your immune system or looking for some other natural remedies, definitely go peruse her store. I will put a link to that in the description box below. So today's video sponsor is the Etsy store Red Clover Fields. Now, if you'd like to sponsor the next video and help support the channel, there is a PayPal link in the description box below, and I will say your full name as a sponsor of said video unless stated otherwise by you. All right, we've seen enough of this guy. Get this off the screen, please. Ugh.
All I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay.
Gay, gay!
All right, next up. So this is one of those Stitch TikToks, and not this young lady, but the young lady that chimes in says that the way people like their steak cooked has to do with slavery? What? Roll it.
Is there like a scientific reason behind why certain people like their steaks cooked a certain way? Because this just came on my For You page. And
thank you so much for letting me stitch this, because I love the opportunity to talk about things like this without me having to bring it up on my own, because Lord knows y'all hate when I bring it up on my own. But it's because of slavery and racism. In the United States, they would make sure that the Black communities got the most rotten meat possible. So they had to cook their meats extra well done to make sure they weren't like tasting the rotten meat. Had to let my cat in.
The f*** are you talking about? The f*** are you talking about?
Now listen, I don't know if you can actually scientifically prove something like that. Maybe you can, I don't know. But it doesn't ring true to me, and since everything nowadays has to do with racism and slavery, I'm not buying it. I'm just not buying it. Anyway, guys, we're going to be wrapping it up with this clip of Joe Scarborough once again going completely off the deep end. I mean, this guy's lost the plot. Here he is talking about how capable of a president Joe Biden is. MSNBC is nothing more than state-sponsored propaganda. That's it. That's it. Anyway, things are clearly getting very crazy out there, guys, so please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Till next time. Love you guys. Peace. Roll it.
But comparing that guy's mental state, I've said it for years now, he's cogent. But I undersold him when I said he was cogent. He's far beyond cogent. In fact, I think he's better than he's ever been. Intellectually, analytically, because he's been around for 50 years. And, I don't know if people knew this or not. Biden used to be a hothead. Sometimes that Irishman would get in front of the reasoning. Sometimes he would say things he didn't want to say. This is, and I don't really, you know what? I don't really care. Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth. This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever. Not a close second. And I've known him for years. The Brzezinskis have known him for 50 years. If it weren't the truth, I wouldn't say it.
Excuse me. The did you just say?
Start your tape right now, because I'm about to tell you the truth. And F you if you can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
This version of Biden, intellectually, analytically, is the best Biden ever.
Are you retarded?
And you ain't black.